Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Division video. Sadly the beta has now come to a close, my withdrawal symptoms are starting to kick in, but I had an absolute blast playing over the past few days and hopefully you guys did too. However, in today's video, I want to revisit a topic I spoke about at the end of last year, and it's something that I know a lot of people, especially now having played the beta, are also beginning to ask. Endgame content. So if you guys do enjoy this video, then it would be super awesome if you could hit that thumbs up button and leave a like, and also comment down below and let me know what you would like to see in the Division's endgame. Now, to begin with, let's recap what we already know, and then I'll talk about some of my recent findings that could potentially confirm the existence of endgame multi-group raid-like content. Yes, you heard me correctly, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video to find out more. First of all, let's rewind to 2013. There was an interview with game director Ryan Barnard where he spoke briefly about the Division's endgame. He said, and I quote, "For retention and the endgame, group plus content will be really important. I can tell you that there will be multi-group content. I can't get into it too much, but I can say there will be at least 8-player content." Now yes, I appreciate that was back in 2013 and a lot could have changed between now and then. However, we haven't heard anything since then that outright states this isn't going to be a thing, so for the time being, let's just hold on to that. Fast forward to the beginning of this year, some of you guys may know I went to a Division event in Malmo where I got to play the game and talk to the devs, and one of the interesting things is that they are still very secretive about their end game. They did however talk to journalists about some of it. We know that gear min-maxing will be a large part of the game, trying to get the perfect setup, searching for those perfect items, and also ensuring all your weapon talents are unlocked. On top of that, we know that once you hit level 30, you'll get a different instance of the Dark Zone where all zones are merged, it's repopulated with stronger enemies, and you'll be grouped with other level 30s. And on top of that, we also know that at level 30 we'll get a harder challenge mode for all story missions, allowing us to replay them on a much harder difficulty, in turn getting better rewards. But if that was all there was to the Division's endgame, then why is there still stuff they don't want to talk about yet? And the simple answer is because that's not all there is to it. The fact that they're so guarded shouldn't actually concern you, it's just that some content developers like to keep as a surprise. Take Bungie for example, when you're talking about Destiny. They never talk about their raids much before the launch of a new game or a new expansion, because if they reveal everything, then there's nothing for you to discover. But again, right now, still nothing concrete. So let's fast forward again to this past weekend, where members of the team at Massive were streaming all weekend long, 24 hours a day during the Division beta. Different team members played at different times, and during one stream, one of the developers was answering questions from chat, and this is what he had to say.
Kiki BMX, would we be able to drop items to share with our partners? I believe that there isn't any trading or item dropping at the moment. Whether we are planning to do that or not in release, I don't know. That's something for a game designer to answer. But I think it'd be kind of cool, but it could also, the balancing itself may break the game. Like it'll allow, for instance, me to power run through a high level raid thing and then get content for you, and then you could be max level without, without really doing anything. So I think it's more to encourage other players to experience the content and to progress through the game themselves.
Now, it is entirely possible that that mention of raid was just a slip of the tongue and he was instead perhaps referring to a higher level mission. I mean, when you consider he was playing the game, answering questions to some 4,000 plus people, and also more than likely trying to keep track of what he can and cannot say in the back of his mind. So it's possible he simply misspoke. So again, while this is interesting and goes further to hint at potential endgame content, it's still not concrete. However, what I'm about to show you now is quite possibly the most concrete confirmation we've had yet. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that this outright confirms the existence of multi-group content. If you play the Division on PC, then you have the ability to completely customize your UI. You can hide certain elements, resize them, move them, even put them on a second screen if you're running a dual monitor setup. And when you hover over the different options in the menu, it highlights the panels so you know what you're moving. Now if I quickly swap over to a gameplay screen for a second, as a quick reminder, when you're in a team, your team members appear down here. You can have a team of up to 4 people, including yourself, so you have 3 names down here. However, when you go to move the group panel on the PC, you'll notice it not only includes this box down here for your active team members, but it also includes this box up here. This is not 2 different things overlapping, this is one object. This is the group panel. If I move over here so we can get a good look at it, you can see at the bottom you have your team panel, and at the top this box that has 5 slots. But what could this be? And while I don't know for certain, and this is in no way official confirmation, what I believe it to be is support for multi-group activities. Let's take World of Warcraft as a comparison point for a second. In World of Warcraft, if you want to party up for a raid, you form a raid team with lots of smaller groups. In this screenshot, for example, you can see there are 8 groups of 5. This makes it much more manageable in game because you don't have a large number of people on screen. You instead have your team that you can focus on and then the wider groups. So if we then apply that logic to the Division, the top panel could be for, say, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta and Echo squads, and perhaps in-game you'd see the status of the overall group, maybe a small preview of each team member's health, or perhaps their location in the activity. I'm obviously not entirely sure how this would work, but the fact that this panel is in the options is the closest we're going to get to a confirmation that multi-group activities do indeed still exist. Of course, do bear in mind, until you hear this from Massive themselves, do feel free to take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm not going to lose hope. I'm really hoping that the reason they still aren't talking about the Division's endgame is because there's more to it. As a final note, remember that in the beta and in all the previews so far, players always start at level 4. You fly in a helicopter and you don't see the beginning of the game. And the fact that we fly in likely implies that we start somewhere else, perhaps off map. And this could well be the Brooklyn scenes we've seen in constant gameplay. And if the starting zone exists off map, it's also possible that endgame activities could also exist off map. Again, speculation, but it's an interesting thought. Aside from that, that is pretty much it. That's all I've got for now, but for those of you praying for endgame raid-like activities, hopefully this has given you something to think about. Again, if you guys did enjoy the video, then a like would be super appreciated, and comment down below with your thoughts. And I also have plenty more videos coming your way now the beta has finished. I've recorded tons of footage, so there will still be constant videos coming your way. So keep it locked for more, but until then, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.